Hi, welcome to the CrafteeManatee. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet the Bobble Stitch. This stitch is really fun to add a little bit of texture to your project. As you can see here, I worked 3 rows of this Bobble Stitch, but a lot of times it is just worked throughout a pattern, but I'm showing you how to work the Bobble Stitch today. Before we get started, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend who you think might also like learning how to crochet the Bobble Stitch. The bobble stitch is one of those stitches that can be worked a lot of different ways, and everybody tends to have their own way of working a bobble stitch, so it can be a little hard to get a straightforward answer because it can change based off of how many repeats you do throughout the stitch and also what kind of stitch you are using. Right here, I actually have 3 different types of bobble stitches, and they all do look very similar. But what the difference is here is the number of repeats. So we have 3, 4, and 5 repeats here. So the bobble stitches do get a little bit larger. It's kind of hard to tell, but this top row is a little bit larger than the bottom row. So how you work a bobble stitch is really just going to depend on how big you want the bobble stitch to be. But I will show you this middle row with 4 repeats, and then you can customize it depending on the project. So I'm going to go ahead and chain 12 today. So I'm just going to make 12 chains to get us started. And now I'm going to single crochet along this chain, and I'm going to make 11 single crochet stitches, skipping that chain closest to our hook. And I will meet you back here for our bobble stitch row. Now I'm going to just chain 1 and turn our work, and this is the row that we will be working the bobble stitch on. You actually want to work the bobble stitch row on the wrong side, so with the wrong side facing you, because the way the bobble stitches works is it's going to push the bobble forward, which you want to be on the right side of your project. So just keep that in mind as you work the bobble stitch. So for this row, I'm just going to single crochet 1. And now I'm going to work our first bobble stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook into that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2. So that is 1 repeat. And I'm going to do that 3 more times. You can do it more or less depending on how big you want your bobble stitch to be. So I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through just 2 loops on our hook. So now we have 3 loops on our hook. I'm going to do that again. Again, just pulling through 2. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and that is our final repeat for this bobble. Like I mentioned, you can keep going until you have a lot more stitches if you want a larger bobble, but now we're going to yarn over and pull through all of the stitches on our hook. And now I'm just going to work 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and that is going to help the bobble stitch poke through to the other side, and this is what it is looking like on the right side of our work. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to show you. We yarn over, pull up a loop, and through 2. Going to do that 3 more times. So again, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all of them, and then work a single crochet stitch. And that is what our bobble stitch looks like. You can space these out throughout your project. A lot of projects don't call for just bobble stitches right next to each other. Some do, some don't. A lot of times it is just kind of spread throughout. So whenever your pattern calls for crocheting a bobble, you're just going to do what I have shown you of the yarning over and pulling through all of those loops. So I'm just going to continue making those bobble stitches along this row, and you can follow along as I crochet each of these next few bobbles. Now if you wanted to repeat this to get more rows of bobble stitches, we are just going to single crochet all the way across and then chain one, turn our work, and then we'll work those bobble stitches back alongside the next row. So really the bobble stitch is just these 2 row repeats. You want to make sure to have that single crochet row in between them, so then you can work the bobble stitch on the other side, unless you wanted bobble stitches on both sides of your project, and then you could just do a bobble stitch every single row, and it would be a very bumpy pattern across your project. And I went ahead and just worked 2 more rows of the bobble stitch so that you can see what it would look like if we worked all of the bobble stitches with that 4 repeats that I showed you how to do. I hope you enjoyed today's video learning how to work the bobble stitch. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more crochet patterns and tutorials. And you can also find all of my other patterns on Ravelry, Rippler, and Etsy. Thanks for watching. Bye.